In the second half of the 17th century, after the fall of the Saadi dynasty, Morocco was in a state of political chaos and internal conflicts between rival tribes and factions. The Alaouite Sultan Al-Rashid bin Shuri was working to unify the country under his control and establish the Alaouite dynasty. The Battle of Sidi Boumediene took place in this context as part of Al-Rashid's campaign to subjugate the regions still under the control of opposing forces. In 1667, there was strong resistance to the emerging Alaouite authority from tribes and regions that were still looking to maintain their independence. The leader of the Beni Nassan tribe, based in the Oujda region, was one of the most prominent opponents of Al-Rashid's rule. Some tribes allied with local leaders to stand against the Alaouites. Sultan Rashid, who was trying to extend his authority over all of Morocco, decided to subjugate the opposing tribes. He gathered a strong army of Alaouite warriors and his tribal allies and began planning a decisive battle to subjugate the rebel tribes. The city of Oujda and the surrounding area were an important strategic location. The opposing tribes, including the Beni Nassan, began preparing for battle under the leadership of their local leader. The tribes allied with each other and fortified their positions near the Sidi Boumediene area, a religious region surrounded by mountainous terrain. The tribes believed that these natural fortifications would provide them with a defensive advantage. In mid-1667, Sultan Rashid began to advance into the region. The Alaouite army was equipped with traditional weapons including swords and spears, as well as some firearms that had begun to enter the region through trade with Europeans. As Rashid's army approached the Sidi Boumediene area, the Alaouite forces clashed with the Beni Nassan forces in an initial battle. The rebel forces attempted to lure the Alaouite army into the rugged terrain, where they could use the terrain to their advantage. The fighting intensified as Rashid's forces reached the heart of the enemy's positions. Fierce battles broke out between the two sides, with the Beni Nassan forces relying on hit-and-run attacks. The tribes allied with Rashid played a crucial role in the battle. These tribes provided logistical and moral support and knew the area well, which helped the Alaouite army adapt to the terrain of Sidi Boumediene. Despite the difficult terrain and fierce resistance from the rebels, Rashid's forces were able to make significant progress. The good organization and military discipline of the Alaouite army played a role in turning the tide of the battle in his favor.